On Sunday, U.S. Central Command announced that a warship belonging to the United States Navy, along with three commercial vehicles, were attacked in the Red Sea, just off the coast of Yemen. Fortunately, no U.S. casualties were incurred, but the commercial ships were severely damaged. We've got information as much as we're able to put together, so hang on, folks. We're going to get into all this in just 1 second.
My name is Brian Trippett. I am your front porch conservative. Step on up to my electronic front porch and let's talk.
Folks, I was wondering if I could get your help with some items. Number one, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please do so. Number two, please leave a comment below. I would love to know what you think about the subject of tonight's video and my work in general. Number three, hit the bell for notifications. I always want to make sure you're always aware when new material is coming out. Number four, please share the video around. And finally, please give me a thumbs up. And with that, we now go to the video. While most of us were enjoying a day of rest on the weekend, we got a reminder about how important our military is to our ability to enjoy that rest, and then we got some news telling us they were in danger. So let's start with the Associated Press. Headline: Three commercial ships hit by missiles in Houthi attack in Red Sea. U.S. warship downs three drones. Article written by John Gramble. We have the following. Ballistic missiles fired by Yemen's Houthi rebels struck three commercial ships Sunday in the Red Sea, while a U.S. warship shot down three drones in self-defense during the hours-long assault, the U.S. military said. The Iranian-backed Houthis claimed two of the attacks. The strikes marked an escalation in a series of maritime attacks in the Middle East linked to the Israel-Hamas war, as multiple vessels found themselves in the crosshairs of a single Houthi assault for the first time in the conflict. The U.S. vowed to consider all appropriate responses in the wake of the attack, specifically calling out Iran after tensions have been high for years now over Iran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. Okay, a lot of different stuff to unpack here, so let's just get straight to it. What area of the world are we talking about? What's the Red Sea? Well, beyond, maybe those days when you were in Sunday school and you heard about the story of Moses and the children of Israel, let me give you a quick refresher on where we're talking about. We go to the map, and the Red Sea, I'll back this out just a little bit, is this area right through here. Basically, to get to it, you come through the Arabian Sea, through what's called the Gulf of Aden, through a narrow little strip, and then up through the Red Sea. Now, you might be asking yourself the question, why would a ship want to travel this way? Well, it's pretty simple. The further up into the Red Sea you go, you come to this area, the Gulf of Suez, which leads to the Suez Canal and ultimately out into the Mediterranean. Now, we don't know where exactly this attack took place, but if these areas, which I now show you on a map, in this sort of orangey yellow, if these are controlled by the Houthi, which is the last report that we had, then my guess would be, I'd say right in here, this little narrow jut of a funnel that you have to go through in order to get into the Red Sea. Now, again, that's just my speculation. We don't know for sure if that's where the attacks took place, but from a logistical standpoint, it makes the most sense to me. It's very narrow, the ships would be confined, and if you're launching an attack from anywhere here on the coast of Yemen, it'd be the best place to make the hit. Or if not right there, then shortly after those ships got into the Red Sea. It's still considered international water, but again, from the standpoint of the Houthi, if you're launching an attack from the coast, it'd be nothing for your missiles and your drones to hit their intended target. They wouldn't have a whole lot of water to have to travel over. But that's just my speculation. Now, who are the Houthi, you might be asking? Well, good question. Let's go to the wilsoncenter.org, which is a think tank based out of Washington, D.C., and we read the following. Iran is widely accused of backing the Houthis, a Zaidi Shiite movement that has been fighting Yemen's Sunni majority government since 2004. The Houthis took over the Yemeni capital Sana'a in September 2014, seized control of much of northern Yemen by 2016. Yemeni officials and Sunni states have repeatedly alleged that Iran and its proxy Hezbollah have provided arms, training, and financial support to the Houthis, but Iranian and Hezbollah officials have denied or downplayed these claims. The United States, in coordination with Saudi Arabia, has presented physical evidence of Iranian arms transfers to the group. Now you begin to understand how they start playing in to this whole Israeli-Hamas conflict. If what is being alleged is true and the Houthis are backed by Hezbollah, that means inevitably they are backed by Iran. Needless to say, they're troublemakers. Now, I mentioned a moment ago, why would ships travel through the Red Sea? Well, like I said, they're trying to get to the Suez Canal, which means the Red Sea sees a lot of commercial transport. And going back to the map, you can understand why. Like I said, it's a straight shot from the Red Sea to the Gulf of Suez, and then ultimately the Suez Canal right out into the Mediterranean. If you want to start choking off commercial supply lines, one of the best places to do it is right through the Red Sea. So, that's what we know at this point. So what is U.S. Central Command saying about this? Well, I'll read their statement that they issued on their Twitter page. And we read the following. Give me just 1 second. Here we go. Today, there were 4 attacks against 3 separate commercial vessels operating in international waters in the southern Red Sea. These 3 vessels are connected to 14 separate nations. The Arleigh Burke-class destroyer USS Carney responded to the distress calls from the ships and provided assistance. At approximately 9:15 a.m. Sana'a time, the Carney detected an anti-ship ballistic missile attack fired from the Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen toward the MV Unit Explorer, impacting in the vicinity of the vessel. Unity Explorer is a Bahamas-flagged, UK-owned and operated bulk cargo ship crewed by sailors from 2 nations. The Carney was conducting a patrol in the Red Sea and detected the attack on the Unity Explorer. At approximately 12 p.m., and while in international waters, USS Carney engaged and shot down a UAV launched from the Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen. The drone was headed toward Carney, although its specific target is not clear. We cannot assess at this time whether the Carney was a target of the UAVs. There was no damage to the U.S. vessel or injuries to its personnel. In a separate attack launched at approximately 12:35 p.m., Unity Explorer reported that they were struck by a missile fired from Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. Carney responded to the distress call. While assisting with the damage assessment, Carney detected another inbound UAV, destroying the drone with no damage or injuries on the Carney or Unity Explorer. Unity Explorer reports minor damage from the missile strike. At approximately 3:30 p.m., the MV No. 9 was struck by a missile fired from Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen while operating in international shipping lanes in the Red Sea. The Panamanian-flagged Bermuda and UK-owned and operated bulk carrier reported damage and no casualties. At approximately 4:30 p.m., the MV Sophie II sent a distress call stating they were struck by a missile. Carney again responded to the distress call and reported no significant damage. While en route to render support, USS Carney shot down a UAV headed in its direction. Sophie II is a Panamanian-flagged bulk carrier crewed by sailors from 8 different countries. These attacks represent a direct threat to international commerce and maritime security. They have jeopardized the lives of international crews representing multiple countries around the world. We also have every reason to believe that these attacks, while launched by the Houthi in Yemen, are fully enabled by Iran. The United States will consider all appropriate responses in full coordination with its international allies and partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it goes without saying the situation in the Middle East is getting more and more dangerous, and tensions are rising even faster. And this attack upon commercial ships and a U.S. warship is going to do nothing but inflame the situation. There has been a serious itch on the part of some people in Washington, D.C. to go after Iran for years, and I pray God this does not give them the provocation to do it. There are serious historical echoes that are going through everyone's mind right now. At this point, for the sake of not inflaming the tensions even more, I will refrain from referencing what they are. But if you've got any appreciation for history, you're going to think of another U.S. warship in a different era, in a different body of water, that, based on reports of what happened, led to a very serious conflict where many American soldiers were killed. But we'll just leave it at that. And we'll leave my video at this. If you like the work that I do here, please do me some favors. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please do so. Also, leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up, share the video around, and hit the bell for notifications. My name is Brian Trippett. I am your Front Porch Conservative, and I'll see you next time.